Hello, welcome to Treeland School, where birds and squirrels have recess all day long. I'm Miss Tague, and thank you for coming for our time together today. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. Do you ever have something happen to you that seems part good and part bad, and you're not sure whether to be happy or sad? Well, that's just what happened the day of Miss Popcorn's parade. Our story is about a terrible, awful, horrible, exciting, and funny adventure. So, let's get ready for a parade. In a parade, people line up on both sides of the street to watch the marching band go by and play marching music. Sometimes they wear a hat. Sometimes they wear sunglasses. But I'll take mine off since I need to use my real glasses. And sometimes they wave a flag. But the most important thing you'll always hear is music. La 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 la. And lots of loud music. Well, the parade we're going to talk about today didn't really do all that, but it was definitely a parade. Schoolyard Tales. Miss Popcorn throws a parade. Our school got a new baby goat for our mascot, just in time to get her used to the new home before the students returned. The night the just weaned goat arrived, I stayed outside and held that crying baby. And I do mean bawling like a little baby with a broken heart, while mosquitoes had a picnic on my body. Finally, she quit shaking and complaining and seemed to settle into her new home. I was able to get a few hours of sleep in the office next to her pen while I kept an eye on her. I awoke and the pen was empty. It seemed impossible, but she really was gone. She even broke the big dog chain that we secured her with until she was used to her new surroundings. It was so sad. We had wanted so much to have a sweet bit of excitement to light up the beginning of the school year for the students. But soon we were looking everywhere, although down deep we knew this little goat might not let anyone catch her since she was new to this area and didn't really know this was her home. We feared the worst might happen. Nevertheless, duty called as one student after another arrived for summer tutoring, and my husband searched the neighborhood tirelessly. As I glanced out the window at the road, I amazingly saw one tiny goat, the size of a medium-sized dog, in a bright pink collar proudly leading a dozen callers. Her head was held high, and she was in no hurry. I dashed out, saying only, "Stay with it, I'll be right back," to the student. I grabbed a handful of hay, and I ran following my good neighbor who had already joined the parade, hollering to me to hurry up with that hay. Meanwhile, the parade grew. Most drivers were so very patient as we dashed first to one side and then to the other, chasing the missing mascot in and around the traffic. All the time she was singing her very own parade song. Bah! Bah! Seemed like she was saying, "You can't catch me." The parade continued. First the stately Miss Popcorn goat, then a few cars, then my neighbor, then more cars, and me holding up the rear, hurrying with that hay. My first instinct when I caught up to her was to throw myself on her in the traffic. Splat! My knees noticed, but she didn't even seem to feel my arms grasping her for dear life. Every time someone grabbed her, she slipped out of reach. Cars swerved wildly as Miss Popcorn changed lanes often. Some kind people in a van stopped and the man and my neighbor kept at the impossible task until we finally saw that tiny goat in his arms. The rescue occurred just in the nick of the time before a very busy intersection. We turned backwards towards the school and began breathing again as the cars went on their merry way, each with quite a story to tell at the supper table. Little Miss Popcorn still had her pink leash and finally seemed to accept her scholastic imprisonment. I think the parade tired her out almost as much as it did me. The parade wore us both out, and she got awfully quiet for a couple of hours. So did I. The after-school lesson ran a little late, but the teenager enjoyed the grand entertainment of both the parade and the magnificent capture. He had plenty to talk about when he got home, too. The next morning, we bought her a new animal pen, no matter the cost. We had a wonderful friend who was a master builder help us. We built a goat run, like a dog run. That goat run was so tight that she could not escape. It was even weighted down with cement blocks so she couldn't go underneath the fence. We called it Fort Knox. The kids liked that. A few days later, we saw a large bird dive bomber, so we spent the rest of our spare time and money covering the large pen with fastened down refrigerator boxes. I always have a special place in my heart for the wonderful drivers who didn't run over any of us during our adventurous afternoon. This was really only the beginning of a great school year for Miss Popcorn Goat and for the students who had a fine reason to come to school each day. In our class, we always like to sing a little song at the end of a story. It goes to the tune of Miss Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. Miss Popcorn ran out in the traffic, which wasn't a good idea. But driver slowed down and we caught her and made her fence stronger than steel. Little Miss Popcorn, don't ever go out in the street again. Little Miss Popcorn, stay home and we'll give you a treat. Stickers, of course. I guess it's time to say so long. Thank you for letting me have a story with you today. So long, it's been good to see you. Come back again someday. Don't forget to push subscribe and remember to be kind to yourself and to others. So long.